We got Brendan Allen back here on the program, who's now got a new opponent. He is not facing Brad Tavares. Instead, he will be taking on Roman Dolidze coming up here at UFC Fight Night, December 4th. I think I got that right. Brendan, how's it going, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing great, man. We got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, when did you find out about Brad Tavares and what happened? Was it an injury? What took him out of the fight?
I found out late Monday night. I think it was. Yeah, late Monday night, and then they told me it was injury, so who knows. But yeah, he said he was out, Dolidze was in, so that's what it ended up being. Pretty short.
And the fight's still going to be on December 4th, right? Because he was supposed to fight on the 13th, I believe, against Kyle Dawkins, who was out due to COVID protocols.
Yeah, still December 4th.
Good. Well, that's awesome. Glad to see nothing got messed up there as well. And then how quickly was Dolidze offered as an opponent? Like how quickly after you found out Tavares was out, did you get the new opponent?
It's literally the same text.
Oh, cool. Okay. So that's good. So that's good. Everyone's on top of things, right? So
yeah.
Awesome.
We usually don't have a problem. Mick's usually on it super fast. So never any complaints or any problems with Mick.
Are you talking to Mick Maynard directly, or is that through your management through Suckerpunch?
I'm not signed to Suckerpunch. I do it all for me now. So I've known Mick for.
I know you fought for LFA, man. I know. I mean, we've been doing these for a while, so that's. I imagine you've had that sort of that. How long? Just out of curiosity, not that I'm trying to dig too deep here, but how long have you been on your own now without management? Has it been a couple fights, or is this relatively new?
I mean, I've kind of been doing most of it myself. I from my point of view, I just went through the management as far as dates and to make them push sometimes, but to be honest, most of the time I would text Mick and talk to him. But I think I let go of them officially after the last fight. We'd had the conversation before that I didn't feel that they were doing a lot for me. Just to give them an opportunity to make it right and to, just talk it over, We had that talk. It was a good talk at that time, but to be honest, nothing changed. And no hard feelings. It is what it is. It's just business. And I ended up with a new contract, and I worked that myself, and so I let them go. Interesting.
Okay. And I imagine new 4-fight deal?
Yeah, new 4-fight.
Congrats, man. That's awesome. I mean, that's always nice knowing the promotion's investing in you, and why wouldn't they? I mean, you look at some of the performances you've had in the cage, so that's great. Does that add a little bit more going into this fight, knowing the company's backing you here?
No, I don't feel like I have any pressure, to be honest. I'm just going to do what I need to do and have some fun and get a couple checks.
Good stuff, man. That's great to hear. Before we get into the fight, got to mention this as a fellow dad. I see you have a new addition. How's it being a father of 2 now instead of a father of 1?
It's nice. I get a lot more time with my firstborn, to be honest. So I enjoy that, to be honest, more than anything. And then obviously it's nice, as you would know, just after a long day of whatever, just coming home and doing skin to skin time with my little one and things like that. So I just enjoy having them, and I haven't been out of camp yet with my little one, so it'll be nice when I get back home and get that time more with her. But it's nice after a long day of training and coming back here and getting to be with my newborn. Put my oldest to bed and then be with my newborn. So it's nice. I couldn't be any happier. They're both healthy. They're both happy. So life is good. And
I imagine your wife's doing well. Been kind of following on Instagram. It seems like the pregnancy went well and everything's good.
Yeah, pregnancy. She's always She's not like, it messes her up for the last month and a half. But I don't know. They say she's real good at giving birth, so she just gives birth and then she's up walking, moving stuff the same day. So luckily, everything was good.
Yeah, second pregnancy is usually a little bit easier. I know that was the case for my wife. And by the way, I know how you're feeling as well about the newborn, because when the newborn's born, mom gets all the attention, right? It's usually the dad who doesn't get to do a lot of stuff because obviously they're breastfeeding, things like that. So yeah, I feel you on that, because I know I'm dealing the same thing right now with my kid, where my newborn, where it's same thing. We're starting to get that bond a little bit better now because I'm able to contribute a little bit more.
Yeah, same. To be honest, I'll walk in and just take her. Like my newborn, I'll just walk in and take her. And my wife pumps. She doesn't get the actual nipple, so she pumps, and there's always milk, and if she needs to eat, I'll I'll feed her. If she needs to be changed, I'll change her. So I've actually had more interaction and time with her than I did with my firstborn at the same stage.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
yeah, but I've got more time with my firstborn now, especially because like we're here in Florida. We're staying at an Airbnb for this month, and I sleep in the same bed as my oldest daughter. So I enjoy that probably more than anything. Is just being able to sleep with her and cuddle with her. So that's nice. That's my favorite part.
Love it. That's great, man. Before I lose half our audience here talking like we're on a TLC show or something, we do got to talk about fighting. Roman Dolidze, 9-1 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
Um, Seeing his fights, obviously he likes to talk and he's pretty arrogant. It seems so. I'm with it. I like to talk a little bit too. So um, I don't know. I guess he's like my friend can like calls him like he likes to clown people, but I'm like the king of clowning. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, as far as skill wise, there's nowhere that he beats me. Like watch his fights, watch my fights. There's nowhere that he can beat me. He can't. His jiu-jitsu's not better than mine. His striking's not better than mine. His wrestling's not better. So I mean, he's not as tough. So I don't know. I mean, that's just obviously I'm partial, but that's how I feel. So I'm
Yeah, I was going to say, you have a lot more fights than he does as well. Do you feel like that will play a role in the fight as well? Just because you have, more 17-4 record, he's only got 10 fights.
maybe. I never looked too deep into the fights to be honest, unless they're just fighting pure scrubs the whole time. I'm more of skill. I'm an all skill kind of guy. Most people say, "Oh, it's all heart." I'm all skill, so I don't have to show that part, even though people know I got it and I can dig when I have to. But um, I'm just gonna go out there and outskill him. There's no way he's never been beat up like I'll beat him up. It's a different ball game when you step up into a different level. There's levels within the levels per
Mm.
se, and you'll find that out the hard way.
Training camp. You're at one of the best gyms in the world right now, Sanford MMA. Who you mainly getting to work with as far as bodies in the gym?
Man, it's kind of been all over the place this time, just because I was traveling a little bit, especially this last few weeks. I've been traveling like crazy. But with the switch, so I was working with Phil Hawes when we had Brad before his fight. So I had Phil, I had Ungla and Sung, I had who else did I have? I have so many guys. You know, every time someone asks, it's like I instantly
Oh,
forget.
no worries. No. I mean, it's not your job to remember the names. It's like, hey, we got a different body. And there's a lot of variety, though, by the sounds of it, right? So,
Yeah, and then the last couple of days I got with my friend Gregory Rodriguez. I've been working with him for the new opponent. My boy Tuco, of course, we were working together for his fight. Now I got Dolidze, and to me they kind of look alike. So
that's
uh,
true. Yeah.
same look, same stature. Definitely work with him, even though he just fought. He's already back in the gym helping me. So um, there's so many good guys, man. I hate that I forget their names, especially, but
It's a big gym, man. So I don't blame you. It's tough to sort of keep track of anyone. One name I do have to bring up. I don't bring him up every interview just because I know you guys so well. But are you and Ian Heinisch? Have you become friends now, or do you get to train with them at all? Because again, you guys were supposed to fight and it never worked out. Now you train at the same gym.
we've hung out like once or twice. I haven't really seen him much, to be honest. I don't know where he's been. I've seen him a couple of times in the gym, but we haven't really trained. I try to keep it I try to find guys that are similar to who I'm fighting. So, like, matter of fact, my boy Andre Friallo, which he should have got signed after his last fight, so hopefully he gets
Yeah,
signed.
UAE Warriors. He's fighting over there, I think, or that was his last fight, if I'm not mistaken. He used to fight for Bellator back in the day.
Yeah, he's had like 4 knockouts in a row since going over there, and man, he's really good. So I had him for the last when we were gonna fight Brad, similar like stylistically, very technical. So, but I still have him. He'll actually be with me in Vegas as well. So, yeah. But as far as Heinisch, I've seen him a couple times. We've hung out a couple times. I see him in the gym, but I haven't really had anyone that I'm fighting that's kind of similar to him, and so I haven't really trained with him too much.
That makes sense. Weight cuts going well. If I remember last time or a couple fights now, you've been using your good friend as far as the weight cuts. Is that still the case for this fight?
Of course, I always bring my boy Jason Obergon with me. He's inside right now. Actually, we just had some chicken fried rice that he made up. Weight's good. What, we got a little less than 20 pounds to go, and a couple weeks to do it. So everything's looking good weight wise. Can't complain. I thought about asking for 205 because I know he comes from 205 just so I didn't have to cut anything. But then I was like, I want that number 2 spot as far as consecutive wins in 80. So I'm tied with my boy DD right now, Derek Brunson. So I got to one up him.
Yeah. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Man, I'm not sure how it's going to work with Henry Hooft and Greg Jones and like which one's coming and this and that, but 100% I'll have Jason Strout. He's always in my corner since being here and will continue to be. So Jason Strout, of course, my boy Tuco will be there, and then Henry comes, it'll be Henry, and if not, I think it'll be Andre Gallo. So the third one's kind of up in the air right now, but for sure Tuco and.
Awesome. How do you see the fight playing out on December 4th? How do you envision it going down?
I see me busting him up on the feet with punches or kicks, whatever. He kicks, I check, make him miss the little looping shots he throws, or, he might try to come out technical, and I'm way more technical. But either way, I'm going to bust him up on the feet, and he'll either shoot and either take me down or I'll stuff it. And if I stuff it, I expect him to kind of roll for a leg lock or something like that and just continue to beat him up. I know he likes to go for all these leg locks and all that stuff, but I'm all right at him. Okay, that's that. So I'm just gonna beat him up everywhere he goes. Like since the opponent changed, I just want to make him feel it. Another guy out of their gym, and then I grapple another guy out of their gym a couple weeks later. So me and Extreme Couture do not have a good relationship, I think, but it's all good.
Okay. You talked about this being a middleweight fight as opposed to 205. Where does a win put you here? Because you've got a really good record in the octagon. Like I said, the company likes you. They re-signed you to a new deal. Where does a win put you in your opinion?
I never know, man. I feel like I know sometimes and then things just go way left field. So I don't even know. At that point, I would be the second most consecutive at 185 wins, like win-wise. And, I mean, hell, I beat pretty much everyone. I've got one short notice loss that I feel was a fluke. Obviously, I've been trying to get that back, but, eventually that one will make sense, and I'll show everyone that it was not right. But I don't know. At this point, I kind of feel like I don't 10, 10 through 15 is like haunted for me. Basically, it's like I've got my opportunity 2 years in a row, and due to things out of my control, I've lost that opportunity. So I'd like to get like 5 through 10. Like I feel I'm worth it as well. So it's like I don't feel like I'm asking for something crazy out of it. You got guys that are title challengers or whatever that come back, and obviously it's a little bit different scenario. They come back and just fight in the rankings right away, and they get 6 or 7. So I feel my skill level, and as long as I go out there and show it again, I feel it's realistic that I could get like 7 through 10, somewhere through there. So, and I feel like it would be right after everything that I've been through, as far as like not being able to fight for that top 15 spot, and then the performances that I have had these last 2, and especially hopefully this one. So that's my hope. Long-winded, but that's my hope.
No, I like the long-winded answer. I'm all about that. You mentioned his name there, Sean Strickland. Just have to mention the fact, because it seems like since the last time we talked, there's been a lot that's happened. He was supposed to fight Rockhold, and I know he gets a lot of attention with some of his social media posts. Do you see any of that stuff? Some of the stuff that's been said out there, because he's become kind of this, you love him or you hate him type guy. Have you sort of noticed that on social media?
I mean, I kind of hear about it or see it or whatever every now and then, but I don't pay no attention to it because he just knows how to play the game. People will be like, "Oh, he's stupid," or "He's crazy." The dude's not crazy. The dude's smart. He knows who to talk to, when to talk to him, what to say to make viewers. But that's not really him. I guarantee you, that's not really him. People can say he likes to spar or this, but when he goes and looks in the mirror, that's not him. He's just playing the game, and he's played it smart. But I just can't wait to have that one back. That's the only one that haunts me.
Okay. And my last question, kind of related to your division, I guess, because they both, well, one of them used to fight in your weight class. Paulo Costa, I don't know, we haven't talked since that whole debacle with him changing the weight midweek. Like, what did you make of that? And how did you think Vettori handled it with him being like, sure, we'll fight. It'll be at 205, but you got to give me some extra money. What did you make of that as a middleweight?
I thought it was pretty effed up on Costa's part. I don't see how anyone could see anything else. As far as Vettori, I'm not a Vettori fan whatsoever. But with that being said, I really respect that of him, and I already knew that. I figured from like the Carl Robertson event with him and things like that. I knew he comes to fight. When he's gonna fight, when he comes to fight, and when he signs the contract, he's gonna fight. So I really respect that virtue of him, and yeah, I really respect that of him. But that's about the only thing that I kind of respect, or that I respect of him. But I feel he handled it super well. I feel like he gained a lot of fans and off of that, and a lot of respect from many other people. As far as Costa, I just think it was a douchebag move. Whether you had an injury, whatever the case may be, it was like he was looking for an excuse. He found the excuse. Somehow they still gave him the weight change, whatever the case may be, to keep the fight. But no matter how you look at it, it's still a douchebag way to do it. So good for Vettori.
Okay.
Good thing he got the win. And I guess it all worked how it was supposed to, I guess, right?
Why don't you like Vettori, just out of curiosity? I know there's some reasons why people could not like him, some of the stuff he said after the Adesanya fight and everything, but why personally do you not like him very much?
I just don't like the way he talks and carries himself. And I understand, like, this whole thing is supposed to be talk, and you got to build this, and you got to build that, and you got to do all these things. But for me personally, I've always said I won't sell my soul to the devil, and I'm not going to change who I am. I'll tell you how I feel. You can call it talking shit. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to tell you how I feel. That's how I feel, so I don't really feel it's too much shit talking. But I don't know. He says some crazy stuff. Like, obviously, we just said Strickland says crazy stuff, but there are two different types of crazy. Like, Vettori talks about how Izzy, like, wasn't better than him. Like, he beat you twice. In the first fight, he didn't look good at all. Izzy didn't. Like, something was wrong with him. And he still beat you. In the second fight, same thing, in my eyes. I don't know. It wasn't the same guy that fought Costa, but he still beat you pretty decisively. So it's like, how can you say the guy's not better than you? That's 2 nights. And he was better than you 2 nights. So obviously he has your number. But just like that, and along with the other things that he said about that and other things, it's just like, man, this dude might be really delusional.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't like the way he carries himself. But I guess that's part of the game as well. Like, the arrogance, you have to have it. The I'm better than everyone type of attitude. Don't get me wrong. I think I'm better than 90% of 85ers. But unless you treat me like an a-hole, I'm gonna treat you just like I would treat someone new that walks into our gym. Like, I'm gonna joke with you. I'm gonna have fun with you, or whatever. You know what I mean? Unless you disrespect me, I'll treat you the same. And I don't feel like he's that type of person, like, that treats everyone the same, no matter who you are. Like, I feel like if he seen me and didn't know me, like, but he knew I was a fighter, he'd kind of like eyeball me and act like he's better than me. Like, I don't know. And that's what I've heard from people that have met him and seen him in the gym and stuff, that he just thinks he's better than people. I don't know. That's just not my type of person. And but it is what it is. To each their own. He's not my friend, so yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll fight.
I like the honesty, Brennan. Thanks so much for doing this, man. I know this is your downtime. You could be eating lunch and all this other stuff, so really appreciate you taking the time as you always do. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Well, thanks, man. Thank you for having me on as always. I really appreciate it. I just want to say first off, thank you to my gym, Sanford MMA, all my coaches there, Henry Hoof, Greg Jones, me, Berzani, Dr. Peacock for strength conditioning, Nick Lentz, all the guys there, all our teammates. It's been good, man. The camp couldn't have been any better. 3 months here, and ready to rock. As far as my sponsors, DTL Injury, K-Ray Construction, First Form. There's so many good guys are so many good people that's been helping me along the way, and the Chicken Pound, Diamond MMA, War Tape, so many people, man. It's just you forget about it a lot. But thank you to everyone, and check out All In Allen MMA for some merch and to keep up with what's happening with me. and B__Allen185 on Instagram. And again, thank you. I can't wait to go out there and put on a show for everyone.